Hello, everyone. I just want to say thank you to our viewers because they made a beautiful comment that is said that we are helping them realign their energy. And that's exactly what me and Susan do here on this channel. And please subscribe and please make your comments because we love helping you out there. It's so important for you to understand your energy as we going through it, because I believe is us walking our talk. It's not just us downloading energy and us not doing anything about it, not experience it. Me and Susan really truly experience these energies no matter where we are in the world. That's my feeling. And I know you feel the same way.
Of course.
And I think you guys out there need to understand there's other people understanding you and feeling you and really knowing what you're going through. And that's the most important thing for us. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts that you're making those comments and you're enjoying what we're saying and you're really connecting to it. So on that note, I'm going to let Susan talk and go first because I said
As usual. Well, I just read a comment today which seems so perfect for where we are right now. It's very challenging being a human right now. And there's so many people that are passing within our families, our friends have people passing. So it was a particularly challenging Scorpio New Moon, a particularly challenging Halloween or Samhain, however you want to call that. Very, very challenging. Then we got a breath. So we get to breathe in again. It's like, okay, people, it's not over. It's far from being over, but you have to remain the calm within the storm and just ride it because I don't think it's going to let up anytime soon. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it is a lot of our dearest friends actually passing and family members and, and actually also people not just passing, but taking their own lives with different ways and different, and specific here in Sedona happened to a couple of people that we know and incredible people, amazing artists, amazing spiritual people. But what's happening is that when they get connected to that storm, to the human energy of us, we don't know what to do with it because the downloads are so intense. I've been going to bed like 7 and 8 every night, and I normally go to bed like 10 or 11, and I get woken up in the middle of the night and I get downloads. I get this powerful energy how to shift and how to actually get things happen in my life. They're giving me that kind of download. I don't know if you get that.
And last night, even, you're talking about it, but even last night, it's like I was running so much energy, so much download through me that it is a challenge to sleep. I don't think I went to sleep until 2 or 3 in the morning.
Me too, actually.
Yeah. So if you're experiencing that, or if you're experiencing sleeping a lot, all of those are things that are just happening right now. I also saw a thing on the Schumann Residency. So if you haven't heard of that before, that's the Earth's heartbeat. So we are all part of the Earth, and so when that heartbeat goes up, our heartbeats go up as well. And I think that's what causes these really high, massive energies running through us.
Yeah, and I think our bodies is trying to adapt to all this.
Right.
So I just as soon as it goes dark, like 7 or 8, I just want to go to bed. I might not sleep at that moment. I might fall asleep a little bit, but I was up again. The same thing with you. I fell asleep and I woke up at 2, and then there was things running through my mind how to actually shift it within me, and it was like a sense of meditation with big stuff of downloading from the next level and the next energy. So yes, that's a big thing that we wanted to talk to you about. So if you're feeling those, and also if you're having a little bit of issues like headaches or things like that, like Tuesday, I think we all of a sudden had that rainstorm here.
Oh yeah, my body was like I'd been hit by a Mack truck.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I had a headache. I was like, what's going on? Yeah. Because we went from sunny to all of a sudden this clear.
You could feel the change. You could feel the change.
Yeah, and we really, this is very important for us. And me and Susan, we don't want to repeat ourselves, but we keep saying, close that old book, close all that energy of doubts, of struggling, of suffering, of like, why me? People go into that a lot. Why me, and why this is happening to me and this other thing happening to the other person. It's not about judging ourselves. It's not about beating ourselves up. It's about standing up to who we are. Because the more we say, well, we're going to let spirit take care of it and we don't do anything about it, and the other people actually doing a lot about it, then what happens to us? We stay in the background. So I definitely feel we got to ask spirit, but at the same time, we got to do it.
And it's like grab your surfboard and ride the wave.
Exactly.
So you're not passive in this.
Exactly. Thank you.
Well, I just get
this is what we do, you know, we never know what we're going to talk about. But exactly, it's like we cannot sit back and judge ourselves anymore why this is not happening to us and it's happening to others. It's like get on your surfboard and the wave will show up and ride it.
Ride it.
Yeah.
Ride it. No matter how challenging it is, it's no longer, doesn't feel like any longer, it's like be in the flow. It's like, no, you have to be a participant in the evolution of yourself and the evolution of the earth.
Positive, beautifully said, Susan. Thank you. I couldn't have said it better because, you know, I'm not an American.
It works that way.
But it's true because, you know, this is the new energy, I think.
Yeah.
The new energy, we used to be all love and light and let's allow spirit to do it. But an interesting joke said once, you know, God came down to the sky and said, God, why am I not winning the lottery? And God said, did you buy a ticket? You know?
Exactly.
It's that kind of energy that we need to go on right now and forget being passive. That's all news. That's the old new age. You know, it doesn't exist anymore. And, you know, we had a really beautiful combination of Jupiter going on. And in the 1800s, when the Theosophical Society started this, it was exactly the same Jupiter doing that transition into Sagittarius.
So I'm Sagittarian. I have a very much, I don't know, a likeness with Madame Blavatsky, who was the originator of it, or certainly in the original hub of it. So.
But it's Alice Bailey too, you know, that
she came after that.
So those two were the original ones, but they were go-getters. To me, they were go-getters. They didn't sit down and said, "Oh, I'm just going to download this stuff and forget about it." But they were out there. Madame Blavatsky, I can't say her name pretty well, but for me, she was amazing. When I started reading the Ascended Masters and all that beautiful energy that she brought through, and then of course Alice Bailey, and this is it. We got to go out there and do it.
So it's that whole new cycle we're in because it is circular patterns. It comes back. It's not a straight line. So we're back in that amazing time of tapping into whatever you want to call it, your angels, your spirit, your higher self, whatever it is. It's so right there still. I mean, that came in with that Scorpio New Moon, and people are still talking about 2020, and I'll share something in one of the future YouTube videos about what's going to go on January 11th, 2020. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, because we have a lot to talk about. And November 11th is coming up, which is 11/11, which is another powerful day. But the shift happened on November 5th. This Jupiter thing that I was talking about going into Sag from Scorpio. And think about what happened into your life that moment. Actually, just look back a couple days and say, what was going on for me? For me, that was an amazing day. All this information came through of Madame Blavatsky, which I had no idea because I'm not very good in dates, and all this stuff. And I was like, wow, this is powerful. We're going to like a really big shift and a bit, you know, close the old book of New Age.
Well, and so the excitement that you can probably pick up on is just because it is exciting when you're in that energy and you're, you know, it's not just physical stuff, but it's the spiritual and the mental and the emotional. And that's not to discount some of the sorrow and the grief that we have been experiencing as people pass. But at the same time, it's like, wow, look at what is evolving. Look at what is evolving.
And also they're evolving with us.
Yes.
They go with us, the ones that passed on, because we're helping them through here. It's, you know, of course we have the grief of losing someone very close. You know, it doesn't matter if it's an animal or a person or whatever it is that we lose, but we're helping them through passage, you know? We're helping them through that passage. And we did.
I know, we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we have another thing to talk about when all these things takes place. But
a lot going on, a lot going on. I'm hoping everyone, once again, is doing that self-nurturing, however that shows up for you. rest. If you can't sleep, at least try to find yourself in a meditative space where you can play some music maybe, and just to calm your nervous system, because when these energies come in, it does fire up our nervous systems.
For sure.
So make sure you get your water, make sure you walk out in nature. All of those self-care things are particularly important right now as we pass through this amazing passage, I guess.
Yes,
A better word.
exactly, because it is a passage.
Yeah.
I feel it's a beautiful
yeah.
gate that's opened up, and we're passing through it to get to the next level and to the next, area of our lives.
Right,
and to shift it.
absolutely.
So,
That's a lot. We're fired up over here.
we're doing good.
Yeah.
We want to get that excitement out there, because it's not about being down on ourselves. We got to be excited to step on those next levels into the next energy. That's how I feel. And it's not just having one step in and one step out. It's like
Full in.
Yeah, full in.
Both feet in, people. Both feet in. Yeah.
So we want to thank you. And please, if you like to have a session with us, we appreciate it. We really don't do that. We don't advertise ourselves, but we decided, I think it's time that we can go out there and help others in a bigger way. So our websites are underneath. So if you see more, you see my website and also Susan's website, and we're more welcome to actually, get some readings out there and help you through this passage. So we thank you so much again. And there's Chandi saying goodbye. And we really, really appreciate. Please subscribe into our channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.